Hey, what's up, you guys? What's going on? Can you hear me? Let me know. Let me know, guys. Am I loud enough? How you guys doing tonight? Can you guys hear the music? All right, good, good, good. All right, good. All right, you guys. Really tonight, I'm just trying out some things to see if I got some things working. Sounds like I got the music going, and now the mic's okay. Do I sound clear? Then I'm gonna see if I can finally attempt to share my screen with you all, and I'm gonna try to redo that film session I tried to do the other night. Is that okay with y'all? All right, cool. All right. Let me see if we're in here. All right, what's up, Dope Meister? How you doing? How you doing, Lamar? How you doing, Michael Lockhart? Good to see you guys. Thanks for tapping in today. All right, cool, cool, cool. Okay. All right. So do you guys see the screen right here? I think I got it, y'all. I think I got it. Hey, I think Amazon.com, Lamar. I think that's where I got it from. Amazon.com. You know how to do that 2-day delivery. I needed that. All right, perfect, perfect. All right, y'all. All right, so what we're gonna do is kind of run it back a little bit to the run game, like I was talking about the other night. Just kind of my point to that live the other night, which is I kind of wanted to just kind of reiterate the point that not all of course we talk about Kellen Moore's play calling last year and of course the years before that, but just thinking about last year because that's where some of these examples are coming from. I was just looking at some of the games we had last year in 2022, and I was just kind of looking at some of the, I guess I would say spotlight games. Of course, one example is the 49ers game, which the playoff game, and the other is what I thought was an important game, the Eagles game, and I believe week 14, whichever that Christmas Eve game was. And I just want to kind of look at some examples of plays that I believe could have worked, but I think that failed due to personnel choices. And I just kind of want to just kind of take a look at some of these plays and just see that maybe if we kind of inserted, maybe just some different blockers here and there, that some of these actual that run plays that Kellen Moore actually did come up with, could have been successful. So we're just gonna look at some examples. Dwayne Brown, what's up? What's up? Thanks for checking in. Good to see you. Good to see you. How you doing? How you doing? 1 second, y'all. 1 second. All right, so you guys. So actually, you know what? Let me bring my notes up right quick on my phone. All right, perfect. All right, perfect. All right, can you guys hear me? Let me know one more time before I start. Hey, what's up, Double R? How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Just about to get started, so you're just in time. All right, bet. All right, perfect. Thank you guys. Thanks for being so patient. I know we're a little bit over 10 minutes in. I appreciate your patience. I'm just glad to have everything up and working for you all, and I'm so glad to get started. All right, so first, as I said, this is going to be the playoff game. Just last year, 2022. As we see, it's going to be the first. This is going to be the second drive of the game. This is going to be the drive actually of the first interception. I just want to take a look at it because it's early in the game, and of course we know, that's when we kind of want to start, getting the run game, get that kind of rhythm going. So we see they're lined up, Dak's under center. Of course we see our tight end right here lined up, and McKeon, and we have Elliott back here. And now, as I said, we have him lining up as fullback, getting ready to block Elliott coming down this way. And my first problem with this is that we have McKeon here instead of, how we used to have McGovern line up here, or even as another example coming up later, we have another offensive lineman lining up here in that same spot. Now I'm just kind of wondering why, in the, essentially early in the game, we have our tight end four out blocking for Elliott. Now we know it's a responsibility for all tight ends to know how to block, but Of course, we're going to see how this how this play goes. So you guys get there's a couple views of how the play goes. Now see, we have the line of scrimmage, and of course we have the defender coming in, stopping Elliott pretty much before the play even starts. And we have McKeon right here trying to block Armstead. And of course, at the end of the play, we see that Zeke only gains 2 yards. But down here, I believe that's Ferguson right here. Said the play goes out. Yep, that's Ferguson. So if we just go back one more time. Here's the lane behind Ferguson. Now, do you think this? Now, I'm asking you guys real quick. Do you think this play could have worked if we could have essentially lined up Zeke behind Ferguson, or just had a different personnel here? I'm sorry, different. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Different personnel here. Hey, what's good, Eastside? Hey, good to see you join us tonight. How you doing? Hey, you right about that? That DeMeco Ryans defense will be in Houston. We gonna see what you're doing. We gonna see what y'all do against that division. Tennessee. Jacksonville. I'm saying, Indianapolis. We gonna see what y'all do against y'all division before you, start talking about NFC East over here. But we gonna see what Ryan does. You gonna see what Ryan does. See, Dwayne Brown says DeMeco Ryan had Kellen Moore's number. That play was dead before it got started. Facts, Dwayne Brown, and you saw that. You saw McKeon pretty much. I don't want to say he either lost his footing or the dude just kind of overtook him as we see. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go ahead and go to the next play, 2nd and 9. All right. Just before it gets, we're going to see Pollard right here. Pollard about to go in motion. Of course, we see CD and Noah lined up right here. Zeke in the backfield. Dak and shotgun. And of course, who do we have right here, guys? Who do we see right here? Of course, right here we have Nick Bosa. Just already, you see him getting ready just to explode off the line. So we're going to see the handoff, and of course we're going to see Biotish and Tyler go upfield to the left. Of course, that's like I said, Noah and Lamb out front. I think the problem here is that they tried to have Noah go up against Nick Bosa. Right here, of course, I think the problem is, once again, personnel. Because as we're going to see, Noah pretty much gets knocked back, or Noah is essentially going backwards trying to handle Nick Bosa. See right here, guys? Noah goes backwards, trying to block for him. Of course, we see CD. He couldn't hold the block here either. So, of course, we see the play gets blown up even before the line of scrimmage. Yep, Lamar, that was Bosa. That sure was him. On that last play, yeah, I agree, Michael Lockhart. Zeke probably could have cut back and ran to the left to get out of the way of that linebacker. I just think once again, personnel usage, just kind of, failed on that a little bit, and of course, that pretty much led to no gain on that play. We pretty much got back to the line of scrimmage. So we're gonna go to the 3rd and 9 just before the pick. See what's happening, guys? Almost the whole line is being pushed backwards. And at this point, Dak is already damn near 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So this play is blown up. So it's already at a loss at this point. Michael Lockhart says should have been a pass down the field. Dwayne Brown says the same thing. Should have ran play action on that play. I agree. You had Tony Pollard in motion. Why not? That's just so the play. Of course, we know the play is blown up, and then we're going to see Dak throw it, and of course, we know the pick happens after that. Dak feels the pressure of the pocket collapsing on him. Of course, he doesn't want to sack. You know what I mean? Yep. And there's pretty much no room to step up. So you're seeing pass. All right, so that was just, one example in one game, you guys. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Do you think that in just, I know it's just a few examples out of one game, of course, it doesn't, it's not a blanket statement for the entire year, but do you guys see my point about personnel change or personnel choices? Is that a fair assessment? Just for situations like that? A correct Michael Lockhart. Yes, Dak should have threw the ball away. I see that in a lot of games, and I mean, we've seen that throughout Dak's career, him trying to make a play and not trying to throw the ball away. But there's got to be some point where he does learn to do that, because that those can like, as we see it, to turn the turnovers. Dwayne Brown said D'Amico Ryan knew our whole game plan. Yep. We've seen that happen before. That's almost music to our ears, right? You see, Lamar says that the O line is that far back, Dak has more air yards to throw, which can be cause of late passes. Oh, which can can be the cause of late passes. Yep. Very true. Very true. Actually, you know what? I just closed out. Let me see one more. Let me see. I want to show one more example in that game, just really quick, if you guys don't mind. All right, can you guys see this again? Just checking right quick before I show this play. Yep, Dope Meister, yep. Dak was trying to make something out of nothing. I agree. All right, so of course it's gonna be a third quarter. Of course later in the game in the second half. I saw this play and what stood out. I listened to the broadcast over again, and Collinsworth never says the name, but then I remembered that 76 was Collins, and I had kind of forgot that. I'm sorry, guys. Avante Collins, he actually did get a snap in this game, and actually look where he lines up at. Fullback, right? Of course, Elliott we have here, and of course we know this is after Pollard gets hurt. He's out of the game, and this play just kind of caught my eye because, of course we kind of ran a similar play, except Elliott's off to the left. Look at that, you guys. Watch Elliott run right behind the block that Collins makes. Watch that lane open up. Right here. Boom. I want to point something out to you guys. If I can get rid of this. After that play, Zeke had gained 5 yards. On the second down, 5 yards behind the lineman. So instead of having our tight end 4 in there, we put the lineman in, and Zeke gets 5 yards versus 2. When I caught that play, I was like, well, this is kind of kind of my point about personnel choices. Like, do we put our tight end four, or do we put a tight end in, or do we put a lineman in to make this play work? Facts though, Mike. So that's why he got himself in a lot of trouble last year. About Dak, yes, yeah, Dak can get in trouble that way, trying to make plays out of what he thinks is could be possible, and that's sometimes what turned into interceptions at times. Lamar says Tyron got beat bad. Yes, I've seen that in a few games where there were some instances where Tyron. I understand, him being tired, but there were instances where he was sometimes would just be jogging, But I understand being worn out, but so we got to think about him potentially being there if Steele isn't ready at the beginning of the season. Of course, we know it's the beginning of the season. It's not going to be not playoff time, but we're going to think about either rotation or pacing himself, or we're going to think of Of course, we already know they need solutions on the line right now. Joe Meister says that play alone showed me how pivotal fullback will be this year, and I completely agree, Dope Meister. I'm definitely want to see how they input Hanalupki, if that's how you say his name. Hope I'm saying it right. I definitely want to see what and what kind of positive plays could come off of this role for this team. Dwayne Brown says that's what Zeke can bring to this team on short downs. I agree with that too. That's we're gonna see if this there's some rumblings that maybe that's what Vaughn can bring to this team. Short yardage, red zone plays. We're gonna see if he can bring, because we all know he has that speed. Let's see if he can break through those lines, those LBs coming up. They make them hits. All right, so guys, I want to move on to the next example. As I mentioned, my next game example was the Eagles game, Christmas Eve. I'm sorry, week 16, not 14. Forgive me earlier. It's week 16. All right, and what I want to do is go to, I believe it's still first quarter, but the second drive after the interception. See if I can bring it up quickly for you guys. I believe it's already, actually it's already brought up. Perfect. Let me see. Oh, actually, you know what, guys? Let me share it. I'm sorry. One second. Let me get out the 49ers game. Okay. All right, give me thumbs up if you can see the screen. Hey, what's up, Bruce? Oh, awesome. You can hear the music. All right, perfect. Yeah, I'm getting some of the software up. I'm moving along. Lamar says if you go back to that last play, Tyron was at right tackle and got pushed to the left guard position. Oh wow, yeah. There were some plays. Tyron was getting bullied on some of them plays. Can't lie about that. All right, I'm seeing some thumbs up. All right, perfect. All right, let's get started. All right, you guys. So, like I said, this is after the interception. As we see, it's 1st and 10. That's the 25. All right, so we see them lined up. Zeke in the backfield, Dak under center. I'm sorry, guys, not Zeke. This is Pollard right here. All right, so on this play right here, we're going to see Hendershot, who's right here. We're going to see him actually miss a block by Maddox. I believe he's 29. I'm not sure where he's right here. I'm sorry, not sure where he is in the backfield, but he's the one that's going to be actually coming up and breaking up the play. And as you can see, number 7, he's the first one to get there. He pretty much pushes off Hendershot, who doesn't even seem ready for the play. And next thing you know, he's in the backfield. And of course, we see Pollard go down. So again, in my opinion, as I said, personnel choices. And we're definitely going to need help on that line this year with, of course, we all know the obvious, reasons. Zeke's not going to be there to be pass blocking. We're going to need these running backs to step up, and we're going to need these tight ends to step up. It's not just for Dak, but whatever running back we have in the backfield or whatever play we decide to call, we're going to need the ball protected at all times. And then on pretty much the same drive, they're lining up. And I believe we have Lamb and Noah, Pollard. And actually, this is the play when Maddox comes up. You see CD go in motion. Now look, you guys. The handoff is about to happen. But look. And look. No, the play has started and Noah is just now making her first step towards trying to get Maddox. So he's already a step behind. So as we see, Maddox takes the hole before Noah's even there. He's essentially the first dude in the backfield. And of course, before he even gets to the line of scrimmage, it's dead. One more time. These little things are very important. Is pay attention to snap count, being ready for the play. As we all say, one play is very important. And you see, even the way Pollard went down there, wasn't pretty. We see Maddox kind of went low to his ankles, and we actually saw that a lot last year in the Lions game. So tackling like that, we definitely want to avoid at all costs. Dwayne Brown says the West Coast offense should help on plays like this. I agree. Honestly, I see why we drafted Schoonmaker, blocking tight end. Yes, and I hope he can step up. And and he can't be the only one, but we definitely need help on that line, like for real. Dwayne Brown says, "Fact, I think he's gonna win that tight end job. He could. Y'all think he's gonna win tight end 1 or tight end 2? Y'all think he's gonna be ahead of Hendershot? I could see it being Ferguson, Schoonmaker, then Hendershot." All right, you guys, let's go on just a little bit further. Actually, this right here is actually a good example. What I wanted to do was just show, good and bad examples of our run game and just how important personnel choice really is. On this play right here, we're going to have, I believe it's Zeke in the backfield going behind Tyron and Biotish, who I like to call badass because he is just progressing year by year. This, like I said, if once Steele comes back, healthy and we get this left guard situation figured out, we could really be on our way. If they do intend to keep Tyron at that left tackle position, and of course moving Tyler in the guard, we could really be on our way back to that wall this year. But of course, it's going to take baby steps. Steele coming back and fully healthy. I want him, I don't want him rushed back. I want him to come back fully healthy, especially, because we're going to need, a healthy, strong line down the line of the season. Okay, but as I mentioned, we have Zeke back here, then lined up. And as soon as the play goes, as I mentioned, Tyron and Badass go upfield. And look at Zeke's eye line. He already sees him. He already sees his, if you will, wall of opportunity. He already knows where to go. Look, block number 1. And if you guys can see, block number 2 by Tyron. And as you see that sewn up, a first down and a little bit more with Zeke's power steps. And that's, those are the things I'm talking about. Like, I love, and actually, I'll be seeing Dak's hat in them press conferences and, be saying linemen lead the way, and I hope that's something that they stick by this year. I think that could make, a whole world of a difference if they just, make just, small changes here and there, to some of their game plan. And of course, this is Kellen Moore's game plan from last year, but hey, they're keeping 70% of it, right? So if they just make those little tweaks here and there, these plays, as we see on this, this example and other examples from earlier, that these plays could turn out to be successful. Bruce says Schoon will be tied in too, and I agree with that. Yep, Lamar, they all play, so it don't matter. Yep, and I agree, and they could, I could definitely see packages where, 2 to 3 of them could be on the field at one time. You know what I'm saying? Have our wide receivers need to take a rest here or there, or, just saying something to, throw the defense off. That we have many package opportunities, what I'm saying, to take with as many weapons as we have. You see, yep, Dope Meister says Badass was another diamond in the rough. I agree. And we see his progression, and it's something I didn't expect, because at first there were times where I saw that, he was, sometimes getting tossed back or it didn't seem ready for the role, but he embraced it. And even though he had them tough times, sometimes penalties or, just, maybe getting thrown off a play, like he would, step back up, and we've definitely seen him, just progression to his role and definitely become stronger. We'll know who tight end is after preseason games are played. Yep. Yep. Schultz missed the block. That's Play it again and watch Schultz at the top. Yep. Let's play it again, you guys. Let's go back just a little bit. Yep. As we see, he turned inside instead of facing his man who was pretty much in his face. Hey, good eye, Lamar. Good eye. Yep. Sure did. So we see Badass take him up. And you see Zeke probably could have got more if Schultz had got his guy. It pretty much would have been already open behind Lamb going up. And Zeke probably could have earned more yardage. And we always have shoulda, coulda, woulda, but we see these, we see the potential, we see these opportunities we can have. Yep, so we see Schultz just pretty much, grabbing any guy he sees after that first man. Yep, that's facts, Dwayne. He wasn't really a blocker like that. And it's not just us. It's not just us who acknowledged it. There were commentators, other teams who took used that to their advantage, that they knew he wasn't a blocker like that. Right, exactly. That's 10 yards easy. Yep, that's facts. All right, let's move on to the next example. All right, so in here, once again, I'm not looking at here. I'm looking here at our tight end 4. Once again, guys. So I think you already know where I'm kind of going with this. But so we see Zeke in the backfield. And even I think that's Ferguson. Yep, 87. So McKeon is going to have help from Ferguson, and he's still going to get blown up. Now, granted, it is Brandon Graham. Now, I know who I'm talking about, you guys, but this is 2-on-1. You know what I'm saying? 2-on-1. But we already see, like, I'm gonna go back just a little bit. We kind of see McKeon go back a little bit. Not all the way on his heels, but you see his feet. He's not planted in the ground like we see Brandon Graham. We see his force. One more time, you guys. See? So he's being knocked back on his heels, so he automatically loses that battle, even with the help from Ferguson. Of course, we see Graham gets a hand. Now he doesn't fully stop the play. Of course, with Zeke being Zeke, he gets a couple yards. He finds something in that play. But even with the 2 guys on Graham, actually, yeah, Zeke gets a little bit more than that, 3 to 4 yards. Lamar says, thanks. Just these short clips shows me why Noah, Schultz, and Kellen are gone. Jeez, this is tragic. And I was gonna, and I'm not even trying to pinpoint these guys, but I was gonna ask, like, did you guys notice a trend, especially in that Niners game, like Noah came up twice. We're seeing Schultz come up. We're seeing, tight end 4 come up, McKeon come up. So we're seeing these guys come up who, we're not seeing these guys. And what's funny about this guy? Now I just realized that, shout out to Boss Cowboy. Mentioning the disparity of how they treat their players versus, players that they drafted versus players that they didn't draft. We noticed that these guys that we're talking about, tight end 4, Schultz, Noah, that these guys were drafted. And these are guys that they keep around, what I'm saying? But we're seeing their flaws, what I'm saying? So we're seeing that, we see that Noah and Schultz are both gone. So, my question kind of was like, hey, like looking at some of these clips, like, yeah, they drafted, there's always this question of are they going to keep all 4 tight ends? But, what would be the harm? Is my opinion only, and I don't see anything wrong with keeping 4 tight ends. But if we're going to keep a tight end 4 who doesn't block efficiently, why not have that spot open for an extra D end, for an extra D tackle, what I'm saying, or for extra wide receiver, or for a Turpin, what I'm saying, for another weapon in general. If why are we keeping a spot open for a guy who's not even tackling as tight end 4, what I'm saying? So these are some of the things we got to think about. This is a very important year in years if you think about with the young guys that we have. So we got to start thinking about using these roster spots for players who are taking advantage of opportunities and not getting knocked back on their heels and in important games and in playoff games. You know what I mean? I hope this new offense allows Dak to utilize his legs again. I agree, Dope Meister, and I hope we see both. I hope we see him use his legs, but also see him, kind of, immerse himself just a little bit in the West Coast offense. Kind of let him, kind of be open to, I don't say dinking and dunking, but kind of getting those passes off, getting the ball out fast, giving them wide receivers an opportunity, giving your weapons an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Not just holding the ball, trying to, as we said, as he did last year, just trying to make plays, trying to do things on his own. They put weapons around you. Why not utilize them? A lot of these plays were out of shotgun as well. Facts. Facts. We probably gonna play 3 tight ends all year. I agree. I agree, Dwayne. I agree. You see. And guys, I just wanted to say this right here. I just want to show the example of, you know, I know they're talking about second year jumps. You know what I mean? And I think this guy is gonna just be phenomenal. This upcoming year and of course for years to come. Hopefully, our future left tackle, you guys. This play right here just kind of just shows me just how much this guy just fights for us, like how much he's ready to fight for us, you guys. Like this play right here, it becomes a play, I think, because of Tyler himself. And of course we see them lined up. I believe that's Zeke in the backfield. And of course he's taking on, I believe it's Graham. I think I have it in my notes. I think it's Graham. And this is actually Pollard back here, you guys. And this is Tyron. And they're actually going to jump in to help, because this is kind of a scramble play. As we're talking about Dak using his legs. Speaking of, you guys, like Dak is going to make a play, and I think ends up getting it off to Gallup, I believe. But just watch how, and we're talking about pass blocking with Pollard. And, we saw instances of where he didn't do so well, but this is kind of an instance of where just, as they say, teamwork, Pollard steps up to help Tyron. And of course, like I said, and we see Tyler just dominate. Now, as I talked about earlier about footwork, we see Tyler get slid. And of course, we even see the mark in the field. Tyler gets slid. And I said, Tyron is, Pollard's trying to help Tyron out with his man up here. And of course, we see Dak, going back, and of course the pressure's coming. But watch how this Tyler just uses his strength to come back on the play. Like he just pushes Graham back. Like he says, "Nah, not my quarterback." And even they still working, still back here trying to handle this dude back here. Like everyone is just trying to make the play happen. And even even in the lineman, we see McGovern. I believe that's McGovern here. I believe. Biotish. We see just everyone's trying to take care of business. And we see the play go off. Just like that, because everyone just stuck on their assignments. And right there, I think just Dak was just on his, I ain't gonna say Mahomes, but look how he gets out of there and gets the playoff. Like I said, everyone is on their assignments. Everyone understood that play had to happen. A second and long, and even Gallup coming up to help. This right here is just the chemistry, just the bond they have. Like, hey, let's make this play happen. We have midfield. Let's make it happen. As I said, look at this Tyler just. He makes it happen, y'all. Yep, coaching matters. Former staff couldn't get it done. Tyler Smith made me eat crow all last season. Bro, from training camp all through last season. Facts. On me. I ate crow all last season too, fam. Like Tyler showed out, and I think he's gonna do it again. Like, that not even a kid anymore. Like that dude's production is only going up. So yeah, this was just, that wasn't a run play, you guys. That was just something I saw in the game that, in my course of rewatching it, just something that stood out. Like, wow, like, our line, like once we get that line, together, like they can really make some, can still make plays happen on second and long, midfield, just trying to make something happen. Everyone steps up to, what I'm saying, to get the job done. All right, y'all. Y'all got time for one more game for an example? Y'all got time? Let me know. Let me know. Hey, partner in crime, what's good? What's good? Captain Taki, what's good? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, fam. Dwayne Brown says Tyler didn't surprise me. He had a lot of penalties in college, but he played 200 more snaps than any lineman in college. You bound to hold. I overlooked it. That seems to be true because continue. I don't want to say continue, but he did have problems with penalties early in the season, and sometimes some throughout late in the season as well. And of course, we hate to see that late in the season at times where it kind of hurts us. But I'm hoping that's something that that's kind of ingrained even more this season. Just something that kind of goes hopefully with because that we can't really blame some of the penalties we had on play calling because a lot of those happen pre-snap. You know what I'm saying? False start. You know what I'm saying? Holding. Sometimes during the play holding. You know what I'm saying? Some things we can get together. Some things we have to get together. We got to get those like sometimes you got to get back to the basics, get back to those fundamentals. Dwayne Brown says thumbs up. I'm assuming that means you have time for a third example. All right, just one more. Okay, perfect. Okay, guys, the last example or the last game example I want to use is the Rams game. As we see, week 5. Of course, we know this is when we had Cooper Rush. It's just as I said, we were looking at the run game, just how they get it going. As we see, second quarter. And this play right here, you guys, is actually, I think this is Pollard's big touchdown. Now, I don't think this might be when Peters comes in. I'm not entirely sure. But as my notes, I have that he goes behind Zach Martin and Steele. And of course, this is just kind of a reminder. We can't wait to see when Steele gets back. Hopefully, like as I mentioned, our bye week is kind of early, so we're just going to see how he looks at, as inside the Law Nation, we saw that, and of course, and the other content creators who have posted it. We saw the workout video of Steele, getting his legs together. We see him pushing that weight. We're going to see if and when he gets when he gets involved in training camp, and hopefully we'll see him out there. We'll see if he takes any reps. We've yet to know if he's gonna be ready, but hey, if he's looking like that, it's gonna be great to see this line back. Dwayne Brown says Tyler can only get better. Yeah, I'd rather see him hold than let Dak get hurt. I agree, and I think that's a reason why it's of course that's I'm sure why many linemen do hold at times or do things like that just protect their quarterback. That's what matters. But yeah, we see Cooper Rush lined up. See Pollard back here. And then we see Steele and Martin, and this is where the big block is going to come through. See that lane? That lane just opened up right through here. He's gone. And this shows just how important our line got to be this year, you guys. You know, because we have some speedy guys. Now, if we just open up them lanes for them, you know, it'll be easy for them. You know, Vaughn can get through there. Collar, as we see, can get through there. I'm sure Davis can make his way through there. You know what I'm saying? We saw him do some things in that Tennessee game, that Pat game. And I hate to even bring up. And I know it was last year, but you know, what stood out to me last year about Davis is that in that preseason game against the Chargers, he had that drive where they started deep in their own territory, and they gave it to Davis all the way down the field till they got a touchdown. I just believe these guys just need lanes. Everybody do their job. Everybody doing their job, blocking. Even Simi was getting in there. You know what I'm saying? And there's one more example from this game. It's a 2nd and 10. Everyone covers their man. Easy lane for Zeke and a 6-yard pickup. As I mentioned before, when Zeke has a lane, he at least picks up 5. Easy. Watch how everyone just gravitates towards a man. You see Hendershot. You see Lamb. We even see Noah step up and take a dude. Noah, Lamb, Hendershot. When everyone is on their assignment, you know, these running backs can do their job. We just need to give them the lanes. Look at that. Big lane. Second and long becomes, 3rd and 4? Yep. Now, of course, we know that's Zeke. We're going to have different guys in the backfield, but these lanes, in my opinion, these lanes are what's important. So Mike said, yep, TP is so good. I'm glad we have him. I hope hopefully, you know, they end up, you know, working out a deal, because I kind of want him here longer than just 1 year, because he's just so explosive and just all that, you know, of course we can't make up for time, but all that time that we didn't use him properly, kind of like this, that's kind of how I feel if we just happen to bring Zeke back. It's just all that time we didn't use him properly, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could really, it can really turn into something. Patrice, sis, what's going on? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Just talking about this run game a little bit. You know, looking at some of these games from last year, just trying to make sense of some of these personnel choices and just how we could, you know, kind of in some way kind of reclaim some of these plays and just kind of put a little twist on them and, you know, make them just a slightly more successful with the right personnel choices. Kavantaki says, "Yep, I agree. The O-line will make or break us." Yep, that's fact. That's why we gotta look and see what we have in training camp, and hopefully, you know, we see what kind of depth we have. Like, we see, you know, we're seeing Matt. Well, let's go get some snaps at right tackle. Hopefully, that's really, you know, a guy I'm really keep my eye on, because as I mentioned as we talked about earlier, with Tyron being at right tackle, you know what I'm saying? I just don't want him to have to take on another position on his shoulder. Just keep him on the left side. And I'm not saying nothing can happen there. It's just I just want these dudes at their best where they are at their best. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see what Velasco can do. And so hopefully he can step up. Even either Tyler Bass. He was drafted. I want to look a little bit more into him. Look up some of his highlights. They're saying he might be coming along at that left guard position. So we're gonna see if he steps up in training camp. Yep, let's get the 6. Let's get the 6, Miss Patrice. I agree. We're gonna get there. Hey, shout out to Ephraim Brown for the $10 for the $10 cash app. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Hey, let me know who you are in chat, so I know who you are, man, so I can shout you out. Oh, Dwayne. Oh, okay. Shout out to you, Dwayne Brown. Okay, 'cause I saw Brown, but I wasn't sure. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, shout out to you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate y'all time more than anything, for real. Hey, shout out to y'all. Hey, just a quick question for y'all. Does the actual sound any different than my past lives? I got a new mic, and I was kind of trying it out, but I wasn't sure if it was picking up or if I was just using the regular mic on the computer. So let me know, y'all. Hey, thanks, fam. Hey, I appreciate that. Hey, we got some things lined up for you guys already, y'all. I'm already connected with another creator, and we gonna do some things, y'all. We got some things coming, and we got training camp coming up, y'all. Look, it's less than a month, y'all. Look, I'm ready, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I'm all the way ready. All right, great. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for the feedback. Hey, Captain Taki. Hey, I'm working on it. Man. I'm working on some other things. I'm trying to get some other ideas on my channel off the ground, and hey, everything requires work. So just trying to do that. All right, y'all. So those pretty much, that was my presentation. I just kind of wanted to give a quick summary. Like, I just think that personnel choice in the run game is very important. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those are just a few examples. Like I said, it doesn't, it's not talking about the whole season, and it's not like, like just like the Cowboys are saying, they're not changing, everything that was happening. They just want to be smarter in situational football and just make smarter decisions at the right time. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I believe that sometimes it doesn't always have to be about the situation. If you just input the right guys, like, and of course, it's a different point now because Kellen isn't here anymore, but just using last year as an example, like if you just input the proper guys at the right position, I just when I kind of made this presentation, I was kind of thought of it as the 3 Ps, like play calling, position on the field, and give me a second, y'all. Let's see. Oh, personnel, of course. I don't know why I didn't think of that, y'all. I just kind of had like a brain fart. But yeah, play calling, personnel, and position on the field. Because So this has a great effect on how efficient the play can be, as we can see, just as we saw, in the first example with tight end four lining up, McKeon lining up as fullback, trying to block for Zeke. We see he got knocked on his heels, and more than once. What I'm saying, we saw Noah kind of get blown through, and even a couple plays. CD got blown through, but we're not expecting him to make blocks on every play. But when we have guys input on the play to make these particular blocks for the play to happen, we need these blocks because they're essential. As we know, to the play. So. I just think that sometimes personnel can sometimes be the key, to winning, a play. And Double R says, already TKO out the box. Hey man, I'm just trying, y'all. I appreciate that. Me and landlord, hey, I would love to set that up. That's definitely a good idea. I know landlord, doing his, worldwide tour right now. What I'm saying? Putting in work for the nation. Hey, shout out to landlord. Hey, we all love you, man. We happy for the work you putting in, and we already know you gonna put out some fire ass content just like last year. I know you want to run it back just this year again. So I might have to look into that. What I'm saying? Cap talking, Partner Crown. You might be right about that. That might be a dope ass collab. What I'm saying? And it looked like everybody in the green. Okay, I might have to set that up. I got I got his IG. I might have to look into that. I know we're gonna be busy. I don't want to take on no one's schedule, but I might have to work up some things. What I'm saying? The time's approaching, y'all. The time's approaching, y'all, and quickly, y'all. See the weekend. Look, it's already last weekend was just as they call it, the long weekend, July 4th, and tomorrow already about to be Friday, y'all. Tomorrow's already about to be the 7th, so time already moving. So definitely time to get these things in order. Yep, I'm gonna try, Patrice. I'm gonna try, Miss Patrice. I'm gonna try to be all up in the mix. But y'all, anything you guys want to talk about, or anything you guys have any questions, or anything you guys looking forward to in training camp? Besides, it ain't got to be the running game. It could be defense, offense, special teams. I don't know if you guys saw, just real quickly, we signed the kicker today. Now it didn't end up being Luis, Algazar. I'm not Aguilar, I believe his last name was. I didn't catch his name, Brandon, that we signed today. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on him, tonight into tomorrow. But hey, we needed 90, we needed 90 spots, right? So now we just need one more. So we're gonna see what kind of move they make before training camp. First week of July. So you got about 2-3 more weeks for that last week, or actually, 2 weeks before that, the first week of training camp. So we're gonna see what other moves they make, before then. Dope Meister says you and JC Cowboys Network would definitely be fire. Hey, I agree. Hey, I love this Friday night show. What I'm saying? That's why I like hopping in the lounge every now and then. Getting a drink. What I'm saying? Talking ball. Ain't nothing better than that. What I'm saying? So, I like hopping in JC and Jazz's show every now and then. They hold it down. They, like I said, they're the ones who had me on first and got me out my shell. So it's always gonna be shout out to them. They the realest over there. I love their show. I always make sure I tune in. Every Friday, y'all. Every Friday at 8:00 p.m. on, I believe it's East Coast time. Make sure you tap in, and make sure you bring your drink too. Don't be shy. Come up in there with a drink. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks, fam. See, Miss Patrice says, "Are you out on Zeke?" I'm not 100% out. But I'm not gonna say I'm 100% in either. I would say that I'm one of the ones who just want to see what we have first. I do want to see what our guy. Like I said, I'm not saying that we don't. I would love to have either Zeke or a power back type. But if we did bring back a power type, I would just say just bring back Zeke, because we don't have to teach anybody the playbook or nothing like that. But so that's my position. What I'm saying. But if we decide, we do have 4 guys we're looking at right now, and we're gonna see, or 4 or 5 guys we have looking at right now, off the top of my head, just haven't counted them. But we're gonna see what they have. We signed, so I guess it's 5. We signed Rojo, drafted Vaughn, when we got Dowdle, we know Powell's gonna be 1 in Davis. So we just That's just a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of guys to still be looking at, somebody bringing somebody else in. So right now, I just believe right now before training camp, just gonna see where we are and then see, where it comes down to when they decide, to start making them cuts. Like I said, we might be able to keep an extra one. You know what I'm saying? If we decide to go, depending on what kind of, what room, and that's also a good. I might have to do a video on that, just how, like, which room. That's actually a question I'm asking you guys real quick, and then do a little bit more research. What room do you think that Hunter Luki will have more effect on? Do you think it'll have more effect on the running back room or the tight end room? As Patrice says, yeah, we need to see what they bring to the field. Oh, Dwayne Brown says USFL kicker. Yeah, are you talking about? Well, actually, yeah, 'cause I know they signed the kicker today. Like I said, I think his first name was Brandon. I didn't catch his full name. I think I just caught like the one highlight that he had that shout out to Law Nation that he posted. I gotta look up a few more of his highlights. Look, a few more, a little bit more on his background, just to see, what he can put on, and if they decide to keep Vizcaino on, and if they have a competition to go at it, or if they bring somebody else in, we're just gonna have to see. Is Tyron Smith a smart starter for the season? I think I want to. That's a good point. I want to keep him as a starter for the season. So I definitely don't want him out there at preseason, but I think he is. Like I said, if he does, when he does start, because we know he's not going to be, on the bench. But when he does start, I would like to see him at left tackle. But it just, like I said, I think it hinges on how well Walesko does, and then if he can't hem it up, then they may have to put Tyron out there. But hopefully not. Hopefully he'll be able to keep his spot at left tackle. Dwayne says, "What's your expectations for Tolbert this year?" Tolbert, you know what? I love seeing him on Landlord, Henny, and West Coast Show. Shout out to them. He's a friend of their show. If you haven't seen it by now, I'm sure you have seen it by now. If you haven't seen it by now, definitely check out that interview. Definitely drop some nuggets about how he thinks he's coming along this year in the game. He's just picking up the game like it's nothing. And just the time he's spending with Brandon Cooks, I think that is just going to be so influential on this season. And I think it's gonna stand out in his, not only his game, but also his mentality, and just how well he comes along, and it's also just it can also play a role in his maturity as well. Him hanging out with Dak, taking seeing his leadership, and just knowing that and Lamb as well. Just really that whole room. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just have like so much camaraderie going on right now. That I just love seeing that picture of Dak and his three wide receivers, Cooks, Lamb, and Gallup, and just knowing that Tolbert is just like waiting in the wings is like amazing, because we see that he's even though he's not gonna get as many snaps as those three, he's still putting the work in when we know we're gonna see him on the field, sometime this year, and I'm saying in rotation. So I'm definitely excited to see him step up. I think he's gonna pick the game up. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where they put him, playing the slot. Like, I think just little route. I'm not completely familiar with routes, but just little short routes, little passing routes to give him, just the feel of the game at first. Just to give him a feel of the speed of the game, and once he has that, I think he's going to take off. You know what I'm saying? Yep, depth is important. See, I think tight end. Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys are referring to Hunter Luki. Yeah, I think he's gonna have. Actually, let me think for a sec, because just because we have so many running backs, like I think he'll have more effect on the running back room, honestly, just because that they just have so many. Like, if they feel like he can, I don't want to say duplicate what any other running backs can do, but just looking at highlights that I've seen, seeing Deuce can, catch the ball out of the field. He has the speed to break past that line. Luki has the same thing, but he definitely needs. Well, I don't want to say he needs more open field, but we're gonna see how he can handle NFL speed. But he may have like a size advantage, let's just say, over Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't necessarily mean he'll take Vaughn's spot. You know what I'm saying? They could definitely contribute in different ways. But so I think it's gonna like I would see them giving a spot to Lukey, over like maybe like someone like Jones or something like that, or maybe even like I don't know about Dowdle, honestly. Like, not saying he can't do it, because I still been wanting to see Dowdle for years, but just that he has so many years in, but like it's just his injury, history. So I just want to see how well he steps up. So I think his he may have more leverage over the running back room than the tight end room. You see, Lamar says the tight end room more as blocker this season. Yeah, though much as his running back. Big Mike said he will use fullback this year. So yeah, yeah. So that just makes sense more as a blocker. Yeah, and I would even love to see Lukey in what Sean McKeon was, as fullback blocking, or helping out on the line. Like we all know we need help, more than anything, as we just saw more than anything on that. He needed a chance, I believe. Yes, wide receiver room is locked. They're really gelling, and we love to see it. Yes, I agree. I agree. I think we're going to have a 5 wide receiver package. Also, five wide receiver package. Wow. Saying, I'm sorry, excuse me, you guys. That's just having just so many. I don't want to say, yeah, I agree with that. Dowdle is the odd man. I can see Dowdle really. I can see Dowdle and Ron Jones being two odd men out. But I think they will keep three. I think I can see them having 3 running backs and on the roster, and then maybe one on the practice squad as far as depth. But I don't know if I see them keeping 5 running backs total. You know what I'm saying? I could see them keeping 4 tight ends though. You know what I'm saying? Even hanging on one. I don't know. I don't want them to hang on to McKeon, but I could see them hanging on to him, trying to find a reason to hang on to him. But you know, I would like to. I would like to see what reason they find to hang on to him. But yeah, 5 wide receiver package. I would love to see that. You know what I'm saying? I would just love to really, like I said, I just want to see what each wide receiver can contribute. You know what I'm saying? And then see how we can use that to our advantage. Hey, you guys, I ain't gonna lie. This has really been a dope ass show. Like, I'm glad I've been able to get this screen sharing thing going, and like I said, the music, and just finally being able to do some of this film work I've been able to been wanting to do with y'all, because it's really what I love. And even just like I said, just kind of get more, kind of get back into the groove of the season coming up, and just seeing some old clips. Like y'all said, just kind of seeing the reasons why they made the choices they made in the off season, and just seeing what kind of improvements we can make, for the season to come. All right, y'all. Anything else, before I head out of here? This, like I said, it's been a really good show, and I appreciate y'all time. This has been great chilling with y'all. All right, y'all. Like I said, thank y'all for spending y'all time tonight, here, just, hanging out. Thanks for y'all time. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out if you haven't already. And subscribe, share this video, share it on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Share it, share it to another creator. Just share it to your friends. Just, let them know just that even just the small, even just the little things could really make a huge impact on this run game, especially if we just intend on running the ball, in smart situations. And I really think that, this could just, this trend, like I said, I believe we're a running team at the core. And so I think once we improve that, there's nothing really stopping us this season. So like I said, thank you for your time. And I hope y'all have a good night. Y'all get some rest, get ready for the day tomorrow, get ready for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? And I hope y'all have a great night. All right. I'll talk to y'all.